Got a tackle warehouse order here for you guys. Haven't done one of these in a really long time. It's been months at least, but I capitalized on the Black Friday sale. Normally the Black Friday sale is about 20% off-ish. Kind of keeping in line with what I've been doing over the last few weeks with getting a lot of the mid-depth type of stuff. Here's the list of the items that I got here. I'm going to go through everything kind of just one by one for you. And there's the sticker that you always get when you order anything over 50 bucks. I got quite a few of these Dirty Jigs swim jigs. The last time I ordered a Dirty Jig swim jig, I showed it to you on one of my videos, but it was a California swim jig. These are actually just the regular, I guess you could call them the standard swim jigs. Got 10 of them here, all different colors. I didn't double up on anything, and I believe they're all 1/4 ounce. That was actually the reason why I got these ones, because the California swim jigs only come in 3/8 ounce. The standard ones, which these ones are, come in just a little bit lighter. They're 1/4 ounce. So I'll go ahead and break each of them open for you. This one is called Tactical Shad. Tactical Shad's a nice looking color. Some silver and white, fairly large size hook that's on there. But again, the main reason why I bought these was because of the 1/4 ounce size as opposed to the 3/8 ounce size. Not that there's anything wrong with the 3/8 ounce size. I would rather have the lighter size as opposed to the 3/8 ounce because these don't sink as fast. This next one we have here is called Shad. I'm gonna break this one open for you guys. This one's got some blue and black and gray in it. Really solid looking color there. Next one we have here is called LC Gunmetal. This one's got a lot more chartreuse in it. I got each of these swim jigs for $3.43. So a pretty good price, especially for the Dirty Jigs brand. Dirty Jigs does a really nice job of making a good swim jig. I like their patterns, and I wish that they were hand tied as opposed to having that little plastic rubber collar on there, whatever the heck that is. But either way, this is a really nice looking jig. Pretty universal. It's got a lot of that silver in there with some of that chartreuse on the bottom. I'll probably end up using this color quite a bit. This one's called Dirty Shad. Give you a look at the color of the head there. I really dig their color patterns though. They got a lot of different shad patterns, and that's pretty much what you're gonna find in all of the colors that I got here, is that they're all pretty much like a shad style pattern, like a sexy chartreuse shad or some kind of a shad pattern. This one's called Tactical Chartreuse Shad. It's a lot less chartreuse and a lot more yellow looking or gold looking as opposed to the chartreuse that you're gonna find on this one. This one's more like a traditional chartreuse. Same with this one right here, but this one's got a lot more gold in it. Very loud color there, and it's got a silver head on the jig head itself. This one is called Blueback Herring. Some black, a little bit more brown and blue are the two really pronounced colors in this jig. The pronounced color is that brown and that blue, obviously with that silver and white down there towards the bottom, but the head of this is also has a little bit of violet in it. You can kind of see it shifting in there from that silver brown to that violet color. This one's called Tennessee Shad. It has a lot of green in it, which is odd considering that some of the Tennessee Shads I've seen recently have brown and silver or black and silver or black and white. This one's got green, and this one has a lot more of like a real gold in it, where I said this one was kind of gold and this one was chartreuse. This one actually is like a real gold color. Really neat looking color here though, I like it. I should tell you guys that I don't need 10 different colors of shad. I knew that I was gonna buy a bunch of them, and I hadn't tried a Dirty Jig swim jig, just the regular one, in a really long time. I was just really interested in getting a bunch of different patterns, so I kind of splurged a little bit and got 10 different patterns. This color here is called Pearl Ghost Shiner. Very kind of a basic color, I guess. I like the color because it's very muted looking. Probably be really good on a lake that's clear. You can probably put like a white or a clear shad attached to the hook on this. This color is called chartreuse shad. Kind of basically looks like the rest of them, right? A lot of chartreuse in it, a lot of white. I think I picked up just about every shad pattern that I saw that Tackle Warehouse had in this Dirty Jig swim jig. Not much variation from this one to, let's say, maybe this one or this one. You could probably use this color, and this color interchangeably. I'm not a huge proponent of saying that 3 or 4 different color strands make the difference between a fish biting your lure or not. I don't think a fish biting this one won't bite this one. I know some people might disagree with me on that one. This color is called New Sexy Shad. This one actually looks more like your traditional sexy shad pattern that you'd find from like Strike King. A lot of white strands in it, and the head has got some darker, more royal blue, I guess is what I would call it. So there's a look at all 10 of the jigs that I got. Pretty similar, especially when you kind of look at it at this wide angle exploded view here. Next thing I want to show you guys are some of the new spinnerbaits I bought. You guys know I'm a huge fan of the Gans brand of spinnerbaits. So these are the Gans Stiletto spinnerbait, and I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they're all in 3/8 ounce. Now, one thing that I wish Gans made was a 1/4 ounce version of this spinnerbait. I'm not sure if they do. Somebody will probably correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that the 3/8 in the Stiletto series is the smallest that they make. I normally use 1/2 ounce spinnerbaits, but the 3/8 ounce is a little bit lighter, and again, they're all kind of that shad pattern with the exception of these two here on the end, which are more of a bass color, which are phenomenal in ponds that have a lot of stained water in it. But these colors are all kind of just really good for putting like a Kitech swing impact fat on the back of them in one of those shad patterns. Again, kind of the same thing as the swim jig here. That's the same thing that we're trying to accomplish here with the spinnerbaits. Go ahead and break these open for you. This first color here is called White Chrome, and it's a nickel-nickel pattern. When you buy Gans spinnerbaits, you'll find they have this Indiana blade and this willow leaf blade here, and you're either going to find silver silver or gold gold, or a mixture of gold silver or gold silver this way. I don't need to break open both of them because I got 2 of each color, but this is the same exact thing. This other color here is called Green Illusion, and again, this is a nickel-nickel 3/8. Some of the best spinnerbaits on the market right here, guys. There's a lot of attention to detail with these things, and they are hand-tied. So you can see here on the head of it, they're hand-tied. The inner part of the skirt is cut away. That way you get a lot of that flaring action when it's in the water. Typically what I'll do with these spinnerbaits as soon as I get them is that I'll cut the skirt material almost all the way down to the hook. Will get tangled up a lot within itself, so you really gotta, in my opinion, you gotta trim it down a little bit, and that really helps with some of that flaring action. This next color here is called Lightning Shad, and this one is a gold nickel. So you see this one's got a gold blade on the Indiana blade here, and then this one is just the nickel plated one here. Really super color. And look at the detail in the head. Hand-tied skirts. You can obviously see the skirt material is extremely long, so you really want to cut it down. Put in a Kitech swing impact fat on the back of that, or a grub or something like that. Whew. Last but certainly not least are these baby bass, I believe this one is. And this one's gold gold. Using them in ponds and stuff like that is where I find these to be really successful. Also, I would call it the brother of this bait is the bluegill pattern. The bluegill pattern is phenomenal. That's probably my favorite spinnerbait that they make. It has a little bit of orange on the throat here. Kind of looks the same. It's a gold gold like this, but a little bit of gold on the throat. Looks great in the water. I've caught a lot of big bass on it. Before I started filming my adventures out on the water, that was probably one of my main techniques, was using a Gans stiletto spinnerbait in that bluegill pattern. But you can see that the skirt material is very, very long. You see it goes past that hook by probably 1.5 inches, and then it's got these strands here. They always have long strands coming out the back of them, just a couple of them. I believe they're for a trailer hook, if you choose to use a trailer hook. I'm not sure, it might just present itself a little bit different, but I normally just cut the whole thing, just snip it right there. There are 8 of those Gans stiletto spinnerbaits. You guys got to buy these while you can, because I'm not sure if he's producing them like he used to. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but phenomenal spinnerbaits, you guys. I told you guys in one of my previous videos that I had to order some of these weighted Superline spring lock hooks. This one here on the left is a 4/0 1/8 ounce. So that'll be one of the smaller ones right there with the other 4/0 16th ounce that I have. And then this one is the 5/0 1/4 ounce. This is actually the biggest one that I'll have. So this would be for fishing in deeper water for probably something like that Beast Coast Tungsten Miyagi swimmer that I have. I'd probably use this at like Shasta if I'm fishing in like 20 or 30 feet of water. Last but certainly not least, I was pretty happy to pick these guys up here. These are the Lucky Craft's version of spy baits, I guess. These are the Screw Pointer 80s. Lucky Craft has gone through a little bit of evolution with this screw pointer. The first screw pointer that they came out with was a 100, I believe. And the Screw Pointer 100 was very, very similar looking to a Pointer 100. Now this one is a damn near copy of the Duo Realis version of the spy bait, I think. Spin bait 80 is what they call it, I think. And there's a method to the reason why I got these colors. Now, over here on the West Coast, Gary Dobbins is a huge, huge name over here on the West Coast. The man knows his stuff when it comes to rip bait fishing. So I've read a lot of stuff about him and what he uses as far as rip baits are concerned. But he had some colors that he suggested were some of the better colors for rip bait fishing. And there were 5 of them. The only one I don't have is the Table Rock shad color, but these colors here, you say, are pretty much going to cover the gamut of different types of water, like water clarity. And the colors are MS American Shad, Ghost Minnow, Aurora Black, and Chartreuse Shad. This other color that I got here, just because I like the color and not because he really recommends it or anything like that, is this Bone Pro Blue color. I'm going to break all these out of the package so you can get a really nice look at them. This is actually the first time I've handled this bait, so I'm interested in seeing how it behaves in the water. I said this before that the MS American Shad color is really fantastic. And here's the Ghost Minnow color, which is pretty much great in everything that you buy across the board, whether it's from Lucky Craft or not. A Ghost Minnow color, you really can't go wrong with it. That same thing can be said for this Aurora Black color. It's got the black back, blue shoulders. It's a foil pattern with a white belly. And they're very small. They're smaller than you would think. That's the best way I can describe it. They're smaller than you would think. When you look at them on the computer screen, they look like they're going to be larger, but it is an 80 size, so it's pretty small. And then this one is the Chartreuse Shad color. Another color that I really like is the Ghost Chartreuse Shad. I use that one pretty much interchangeably. I typically like the Ghost Chartreuse Shad color a little bit better than the Chartreuse Shad. Chartreuse Shad is a good color for, like, I would use it on like cloudy days and stuff like that, or maybe a little bit of stained water, just because it's more opaque and it has that chartreuse in it, so it's really bright. And this one, the only reason why I bought it is just because I thought it was cool. I know that the Pro Blue color is popular, not necessarily popular for me, but I'd probably use this maybe in a pond or on a cloudy day or something like that. This is a great color and probably a good substitute for that Table Rock, I would think. Also, can't forget to mention, because whenever you order anything over 150 or 100 bucks from Tackle Warehouse, you get a free shirt. I always opt for the extra $5, paying the extra $5, and I always get a long sleeve shirt now. I got way too many of the short sleeve shirts, so the long sleeve shirt is the only way to go for me now. Alright guys, let's recap. So I got 2 of the Gamakatsu Superline spring lock hooks, 10 of the Dirty Jigs swim jigs, 8 of the 3/8 ounce Gan stilettos, 5 of the Lucky Craft screw pointers, 1 in Aurora Black, 1 in Chartreuse Shad, 1 in Ghost Minnow, 1 in MS American Shad, and 1 in Bone Pro Blue. We got that Tackle Warehouse sticker. When you buy anything over 50 bucks from Tackle Warehouse, they throw in a sticker. If you guys like the video, please hit the like button. I really appreciate that. It helps out a lot. And if you guys want to follow me on Instagram and or Facebook, I'll leave the links down in the description. I'll also leave a link right up here so you can check me out on those social media outlets. I'm always posting stuff about what's going on with the channel and this, that, and the other, so make sure you guys follow me on there. And stay tuned for the next video. I have a question and answer video coming out in the next day or two, and hopefully I've got some other stuff following up with that. I'm also going to do a review on these screw pointers from Lucky Craft. I think you guys would probably like to see those. And I'm also, if you guys have been following me on Instagram and Facebook, you'll see that I've been checking out the Jackal eye props, and there's something else that's going to be following that up as well, and you could probably already guess what it's going to be. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching. Appreciate it, guys.